everyone, and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to talk about the Mercury retrograde that is happening between April the 21st and June 5th. There is a bunch of energies happening because this is Uranian Mercury retrograde in Taurus. So let's start with Mercury. Mercury is about communication. It's how we think. It's also a reassuring energy that is happening. And then when this Mercury retrograde hits Uranus, that talks and speaks about the clarity. It's a wake-up call. It's that aha moment, that genius insight. And then the fact that Mercury retrograde is in Taurus, that is all about stability and being comfortable with the discomfort. And today's reading is a pick a pile to see what this Mercury retrograde means for you. Hello, and here we are. We are going to do for our Mercury retrograde reading a pick a pile. So take your time. There's pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. Feel free to pause the video, take a breath, and a moment to feel the energy from the cards and the crystal, and we will begin shortly. Hello, Pile 1, and welcome to your reading. Before we begin going through with the tarot, I pulled some pre-shuffled cards. To start the reading, we will take a look at what is activating the energy for you during this Mercury retrograde. And here we have belief. There's one of these up to the side. Empowerment and integration. So for belief, it says, the frequency of belief supports our sense of self-worth based on our gifts and talents and a strong connection to Source. Empowerment. The frequency of empowerment supports our ability to show up fully and completely, uniting us with others in the deep trust that we all are connected through the same Source. And finally, And finally, we have integration, which is the frequency of integration, supports our embrace of every aspect of ourselves, allowing what we perceive as positive and what we perceive as negative to harmonize in a balanced symphony of life. Pile 1, this is wonderful to start off the Mercury retrograde. It looks like everything within you is pretty well balanced. You have a strong sense of self, and you're pretty confident when it comes to your own belief system of who you are and what you've accomplished. And of course, you recognize that everything that you have achieved, your goals, are from Source. So you recognize that, and I feel that there's a lot of gratitude and gratefulness for the things that you have, for the abilities that you have. And that's coming in very strong during this Mercury retrograde. You also have empowerment. And here it just, feels, it's like that connectivity. And you do realize that we're all connected to Source, and that's empowering for you, and you're attracting like for like. And then you have the integration, and that's where that attracting like for like is coming from. I just feel like all of the chakra levels are balanced, from especially the solar plexus, your throat chakra, and of course your intuition. So you're very connected to yourself, very connected to Source, and you know how to play that. I just feel like I'm just seeing this energy line that's coming from the intuition, coming all the way down, to the third eye, to the throat, to the heart, and I just feel that it's very, very a grounding energy for you. So it's a very great way to start. So that's the energy that is activated right now. Currently, the energy surrounding you. Oh, I got this backwards now. We have is silence, and you have beginnings. And I think this is the reason why You know, this is the energy that's around you and why it's so activated. You're able to meditate and sit and be able to see and feel and receive the messages that you are receiving from your guides, your angels, source, God, if that is, you know, whoever your practice, whoever your belief systems are. And I feel like this is just the beginning for you. Yeah, it's just the beginning of you getting very connected and receiving the downloads and sharing those downloads, right? This here says east, so because that is there, I also pulled out a crystal, and the crystal for you for this time period is lepidocrocite. It's open heart, grounded, and teacher, and we just talked about that, right? You're able to ground, to meditate, receive, and then share. And in your sharing is where you're going to be doing the teaching. It says practical and methodical lepidocrocite approaches spirituality in a tangible way, grounding practices back to earth while staying connected to source energy. A great crystal for teachers or anyone who wishes to pass down spiritual teachings. Lepidocrocite values tradition for humanity's highest good. Lepidocrocite helps with committing to your life's purpose, staying focused on the tasks at hand, and taking action in order to make progress. Each day you are one step closer to your dream. And it's the Sagittarius and Earth element and the astrology. And this is what that looks like. And because it had East, I just feel if this is a crystal that you do that you do get, I'm not here to sell, but should you, be of interest for that, I feel like this is a crystal that you would have to place in your home in the east side. And there's a lot of other things here that I'm seeing too. So over the winter time, perhaps you isolated yourself from others, and I think it's just through this time of isolation that you were able to do the grounding, the downloads, getting rooted and connecting. You have a strong sense of connecting to source, and like I said, this is just a new beginning for you. And not only that, spring is also known as the new beginning, right? This is your new beginning, so you're just at the start of what's coming for you. Yes. I also pulled some animal energy here, and we have horse and dragon. Now for the horse, the first thing that came to mind was stealth, right? Was stealth. And strength for the dragon. Let's read that. Here we go. So I don't want to. There we go. Horse. So it reads, wild and a passion, drive, wildness. Wild and free, the horse can represent our willpower and drive to go all the way. Passion propels you forward and keeps you focused as long as you're connected to your purpose. The horse trots along masterfully, navigating the road ahead as an extension of human consciousness. Take a look within and ask yourself, what is my driving force? What motivates me to keep going when times get tough? There's a passion that wants to be expressed, an energy within you that can only be tamed for so long. Channel this energy in healthy ways, focusing on productive outlets that can transport you further along your career path. The horse works tirelessly and is able to make massive progress, but only when it is also connected to its heart. Don't forget your heart's mission as you gallop toward your victory and share your desires with the will of your mind, body, and soul. And the crystal talks about heart as well. Where did that go? Here. An open art, grounded, and teacher. And they play hand in hand. And then you had dragon. Oop, I think I passed it. So for dragon, it is elemental magic, fortune, and longevity. Dripping with ancient magic and wisdom, this mythical creature transcends challenges and offers you valor, bravery, and courage in the face of the unknown. The dragon is the guardian of your hidden treasures and invites you to dive deeper into the secret map of who you are on a soul level. What hidden desires are you keeping locked up? Although doing so keeps them safe from harm, it would be a disservice to hide your passions and gifts from others. Let them roar. Ignite the way to your personal truth, no matter who or what stands in your way. On this quest, use the alchemical elements of air, fire, water, and earth to aid you. Dragon medicine is dynamic. It can provide metaphysical knowledge to move through space, protection from evil forces, and the wingspan to keep flying beyond the stratosphere. Let yourself be known as a dragon guides you to your limitless potential. And this is the earth element, this crystal right here as well. I feel like the dragon and the horse just reiterates what your current path is, and, you know, validate might not be the right word, but it shows you the path that you're currently on, right? Some of the challenges that you may have, not everybody's going to walk the same path as you, and that's going to be okay. And this is where that strength from within, from your dragon, spirit will need to play. And the horse and the dragon spirit plays very well with one another. Okay. And then here we have music and joy. And what I'm hearing is, you know, you're going to move to the beat of your own drum, and you're going to hear your soul song. And that soul song that you hear, know that that is the music of your soul. And obviously it brings you joy. So whether it's, you know, classical, rock, however it is, it's music. Listening to music is going to allow you to be free and open up a little bit more, I feel. There's something about music that just allows you to kind of melt within. It allows you to go deeper. So whether you meditate with music or, you know, it's music that decompresses you and de-stresses you, that allows you to sit in silence, you're being encouraged to continue with that. And then the final message here before we go on to the tarot is every step counts, and the ship has sailed. So with everything counts, well, I think this ship has sailed is really you, your old former self, whatever it was that how you were prior to the winter, prior to the silence. That part of you has been let go, because what's coming ahead of you is a new start, it's a new beginning, it's a brand new you, right? Meaning you're still you, but it's just your authentic self, more authentically, and you're showing up more authentically, right? And this is reminding you that, yeah, as you progress and as you continue on this journey, you know, just be mindful that each step, each lesson, each movement forward, and even movement backwards is important to your growth. And this is just wonderful. I love it. Okay. So let's find out what else we need to know during this Mercury retrograde for pile 1. So what else? Pile 1. Look at this. You have the Fool energy and the Hanged Man energy. Look at that. So for the Fool, it's taking the risk, but enjoying it. I just feel like there's an enjoyment here. I see there's a puppy up here, or dog, which tells me you're being very loyal to yourself. There's loyalty here in this journey because you're being committed, and I think we talked about that. And you're committing to this path. So something is bringing you forward to, like, moving forward, and I feel like it's something that you're enjoying very much. The Hanged Man, I just feel that it's like the swinging, like you're moving with the ebb and flow. You're taking the perspective, right? You're taking this opportunity to move freely. And I just feel like, yeah, you're moving freely. Like this swinging back and forth. It's not even, usually in a hangman energy, it's very uncertain, but you're very grounded, because if you look here, you're like, it's tied to the tree, and I just feel like this tying is what's keeping you in. So you're very grounded, you're very strong, you're very, like, again, with the horse, I just keep hearing you're very stealth in your movement, but you're moving freely, you're moving with the ebb and flow of what's coming for you, and it's just a wonderful time for you. It's a very wonderful time for you. Okay. So what could potentially be blocking pile 1 from forward movement? The King of Swords, the Page of Swords. You have the 8 of Cups, the 10 of Crystals, which I believe in this one is the Wands, and the 6 of Cups. Let's talk about this King of Swords and the Page of Swords. I don't know, I'm seeing, what I'm seeing is somebody just, throwing the sword up in the air, catching it, throwing it up. So it's almost as if parts of you can also be very careless with it. If you're not very careful, you could be missing out on an opportunity to find yourself to move forward. And I feel because they're looking backwards, that it potentially is someone from the past that could be swaying you, right? That you're looking at or thinking about, that is changing your perspective. And this throwing it, this sword that I'm seeing, you throwing up, perhaps you're throwing it at that person, not in a malicious way, of course, but it's almost as if you're giving them your power, right? Like they have some type of hold on you, and that's why they feel victorious with it, right? Because they know that if they can say the right things to you, the right time, you know, or there's that, I don't, maybe guilt, but I just feel that whatever it is, whatever manipulative ways that they have can distract you and take you away from your journey, right? But I see this pink cloak, and even though it's a king, okay, that doesn't matter, but I feel like even with this cloak, you're still being covered, you're still being coveted, you're still being taken care of. But you're being encouraged not to look back there, not to give your power to the past. Now, if you're connected because you have children, perhaps, you know, that is a reason why you need to stay connected, obviously for co-parenting purposes. But, you know, don't allow them to make you feel guilty for the choices that you need to make for your self-growth, right? And then what popped up from there is the Eight of Cups. And again, the back is turned. And for me, when a back is turned, it's always not being able to see what's ahead of you. And for me, for this one in particular, I feel like it's just, again, looking at the past. So there's so many opportunities for you that perhaps sometimes when a former partner, a colleague, a friend makes you want to, you know, doesn't like that you're moving forward, so does whatever they need to do to burden you and continue to weigh things. Oh, you know, no one can love you the way I love you. No one will be able to take care of you the way I can. Or, you know, you can't, you know, or, you know, God forbid, they're very attached to you. So not having you can be very painful and detrimental to them. So much so, right? So there's this heavy burden. So there's this opportunity here for you, but whatever they're doing is burdening you, right? And you're carrying that burden. And that Six of Cups. And it's like you're moving towards the Six of Cups. And not that you're moving backwards, but again, it's that nostalgic type of feeling and energy that I'm feeling, right? So that's there. Okay. So let's find out what you need to what do you need to do to overcome the energy from the past that may slow down your movement for your future? So what can those in pile one? So we have the Knight of Swords to the Emperor and the Wheel of Fortune. So here it is. It's coming straight. You're being told to move forward, and in moving forward you become the Emperor. So you embody the confidence, the strength, the stability, the knowledge, the wisdom, right? I want to say, and you gain back your power, right? So you'll be feeling more empowered. So even though it's Emperor, I'm feeling this is more of an empowerment energy if you action yourself and move forward during this time. And then, of course, that empowerment will bring you anything and everything that you hope for, right? All that you've wished for, all that your goals, your dreams, you know, that enlightenment, whatever it is that you're seeking is yours. You just need to action and move yourself forward. So that's what I have for you, Pile 1. Thank you so much. Have yourself a wonderful day, and namaste. Hello, Pile 2, and welcome to your Mercury Retrograde reading. Let us begin with the energy that is activated for you at this time. And we have, just want to make sure I only had one card, is communication. And it reads, the frequency of communication supports our ability to exchange information in many different forms. It reminds us to run every piece of information, both incoming and outgoing, through our heart, the center of our truth, to stay in the flow, source, and balanced exchange. Okay, let's look at all the cards before we begin, and then I can say, so the energy, that is the energy that's being activated during this time. The energy surrounding you is gravity, so it's groundedness. And we have alchemy, which is magic. Okay. Okay, so with the communication, let's just start. So with the communication, I feel this perhaps is the time where you may be finding your voice, maybe finding your truth, or learning to speak from your heart. Perhaps it has been very difficult for you in time in the past to be able to say what it is that you needed to say, or to be heard, right? I feel like there's this thing where you've energy where you always wanted to meet. You were taught, or you learned that it was, you wait your turn to speak. You only speak when you're spoken to. So, you can't say this, you can't say that. And you've learned how to do that, but now you're just starting to find your voice in this. And you're learning how you're able to say what you need to say, right? In both an authentic and honest way, without hurting the other person's feeling, by coming through your truth. So finding ways to speak in kind words that may be not so harsh for you, and that could be for some who speak harshly, right? And for those who for those who are just learning to find their speaking voice. So your throat chakra actually is opening up, and this little here, I just feel like it's your throat opening, like it's slowly beginning to open. The energy surrounding you right now is groundedness. So even though you're learning how to speak your truth, you're also learning how to kind of stay grounded and find your footing, is what I'm hearing. Like finding your place is for the groundedness. And then obviously for alchemy and magic is just, finding that special potion or that special formula that allows you to do what it is you need to do and speak the way you need to speak, right? You're still trying to find your voice, right? You're trying different ways of speaking to people, right? Both professionally, personally. So you're just finding that, right? And the fact that this is still faded, it's not very clear. It's just you're slowly seeing what works, what doesn't work, right? And it's not only in vocal format. I feel like this is also in written format. The animal spirit that is surrounding you right now is rat and lion. So just like the lion in the strength card it's, again, hearing you roar. I am woman, hear me roar is what I'm hearing for you. So you're starting again with this lion, finding it. And perhaps, in the past, I know this is a wrap, but perhaps you were a little bit more docile, or not that, mute, or very squeaky in the way you speak, right? Kind of like high pitched, very timid, didn't really say, right? And now you're moving, but now you have your lion spirit beside you that's saying, hey, let's go. It's time to get out of the rat and come over and being a lion, coming out of the squeaky voice and being assured and courageous in how you speak, so people can hear and respect you and respect what you have to say. Okay. The crystal that will help you come through it is this one, and this is Desert Rose, time travel, ancestral healing, patience. A natural beauty, desert rose and its petals were patiently etched by the sand, carrying with them a special message that good things take time. Desert rose promotes mental clarity to releasing negative belief system that no longer serve you. And again, that is, being taught how to speak. What we talked about, what I mentioned earlier, right? Not, can't say this, you can't say that. You only talk to when you're being spoken to, etc., etc. Desert Rose has the special power of time travel and is able to heal past wounds that still affect you today and alleviate pain from this lifetime or past life. Use this stone to connect with your ancestors or past selves you need to reconcile with. And it's Scorpio and Pluto. And that's Desert Rose. And then messages that your guides want you to know is that you are on fire and no strings attached. Right? This no strings attached is saying, for me, is your shackles are being removed, right? You're not being bounded by them anymore. You can move, those old value systems and how you, so basically those old value systems are no longer binding you. They're no longer weighing you down or holding you down, right? So now, again, you're moving away from this energy of lightness and quietness and showing up the way you're supposed to. And then here you are coming out on fire. One could say, look, if you look at it, it looks like one's an angel, one's a devil, right? But the devil's not always a bad energy, right? It's just in this particular one, I just feel like you're being told that it's go time and you're on the right path, right? So let's pull some cards and see what it is you need to know, or how to navigate knowing what you know in your pre-shuffle during this Mercury retrograde. How is pile 2 to navigate through the Mercury retrograde? Does pile 2 need to know? Okay, so you've got the World, we have the Ten of Swords, the Knight of Coins, and the World. Oops. So for this particular time, so with this Ten of Swords, let's talk about this Ten of Swords energy. And I feel like you're taking away the weight off of you during this time. This is what you're going to be doing, is taking the weight off of you now and moving freely. And even though it's still dark and you're still moving freely, right? Because you're being shown the way, and you're being shown a way through your heart center and your heart space, right? You're following your heart a little bit more. You're trusting your heart a little bit more at this time, which is allowing you to speak the way you need to speak, right? And by doing so and moving forward, it's a forward movement is you've got everything at the tip of your hands, right? The world is your oyster type of an idea. It's type of the energy that I'm feeling here. Okay. So what is blocking pile 2? What's preventing pile 2 from achieving the world? Your 3 of Cups and the 9 of Coins. The first thing that came up is you're not ready to give up your partying, because the 3 of Cups has always been very celebratory, but as soon as it popped out, it's like, this person doesn't want to give up partying too much. This is what they do. This is what they know, and with the 9 of Coins energy here, I feel like this is something that you flourished, right? I mean, you've gone every weekend, every day, maybe going out for a drink or meeting new people, right? And it's just, you don't want to give that part of you up, right? So that you can move forward to light the way. So even though you're at the Knight of Coins, and here you're the 9 of Coins, you're close to it, but I just feel like there's more, there's this greedy part of you that just doesn't want to let go. And, maybe it is the money, but I think it's more like the lifestyle that you don't want to give up. Okay, so what does pile 2 need to do? Okay, here we go. So what do you need to do to get through the energy? The 8 of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune, and then the Page of Coins. So I feel like you need to do some type of healing or protection. You need to protect yourself from yourself, essentially, right? Like becoming a little bit more disciplined in what it is you do, how you navigate, move in the weekend, how you spend your money. So they're just saying they're just reminding you to be very careful of all that, because again, you're coming full circle, right? With the wheel and the Wheel of Fortune and the World. You're both circular, right? I lost my train of thought. Okay. With the Wheel of Fortune, I just feel like there's luck on your side, right? There's absolutely luck on your side, and that there's no need to hide, no need to be afraid, right? Because usually in the one, and no need to hold on to that hold on to the 1 pentacle, right? I'm hearing that this is yours. No one's gonna take it. Okay, pile 2, that is it for now. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope you have a great day, and namaste. Hello, pile 3, and welcome to your reading for the Mercury retrograde. Before we begin pulling some tarot, I wanted to open your reading with its current energy and what energy is being activated for you at this time. And pile 3, you received allowance. And it reads, the frequency of allowance invites us to be open to whatever comes our way, without judgment, without opinion, without fear, and without resistance. When we allow the universe becomes our partner in the wondrous dance of existence and expansion. And then you also have authority. And it reads, the frequency of authority reminds us that true authority is powerful, directed, and realized, yet receptive, wise, and loving. If you notice here, I just feel that your solar plexus are being activated right now. It needs attention, needs to be taken care of. So perhaps you're having, some gastral issues or whatnot, because that is going to help you become a little bit more rooted if you take care of your gut health a little bit. And then, of course, as you begin to heal, each part of your chakra system is going to unlock and open. And I'm hearing that, robotic sound of your body just opening up, right? And it's going to be slow, and it's going to, but it's going to happen, right? You're going to be able to, be very authoritative, right? It's being very authoritative, but it's important that you just don't have judgment either as you're moving through, allowance and authority. And look, 9 and 10. Okay. So we talked about the current energy that's being activated and what is your current energy right at the moment. And it is home, which is earth, and growth, which is plants. And look, it's the same color as allowance, or that's surrounding the image. Yeah, and then you have plants, which is growth. I feel like you're being called home. And whether it's, a parent, depending on your age, if it's a parent, or, an ex-love or a friend, you're being called to go home. And I think once you change your scenery, so there's the physical home and then there's a home within. And I feel that once you've established and taken care of your home life, you'll be able to look back at the past, learn from the past, gain wisdom of the past, but at the same time grow. So it's been winter time, so that perhaps there was some nudges from the universe saying, hey, it's time to do this, it's time to do that. But and you're all gung ho for it, then when the time comes, you back out, right? So I just feel like with this plant, and also I just feel like with this plant energy, that you have been in hiding, let's just say, or incubated until the spring. So all this is coming out through around this time, where you're going to experience growth, and you're going to see the leaves coming in from the seedling very shortly. And then you have the snail as your animal energy. And I'm going to read that to you. If I can find the book. I swear I just had the book. Okay. Nope. Oh, there it is. Okay. So we have snail. I feel like it's a very slow but methodical movement that you'll be making shortly. But we'll read. So for the keywords for snail is spiral, observant, and slow, which I thought
What's the rush? The snail is here to remind you that this precious moment is a gift in itself. When things seem to be taking longer than expected, ask yourself, are you enjoying the process? What destination are you trying to reach? If you are holding on to conditions over whether to allow yourself joy if and when you get somewhere, you are missing the point. Like the spiral of the snail shell, time is not linear. Therefore, your journey will often take you to places you may not accept. Connect to your center, to the core of your being. You're not just a destination, and your worth is not reliant on how much you produce. The snail encourages you to embrace simplicity and go to your own space. This means finding the balance between how much you trust and how much to protect yourself. Build sustainable rituals and have practice. The best is yet to come. You had a few crystals that came out. The first one was Quinzonite, which is love, femininity, and transition. Then you have Cobalto Calcite. And that reads, love is all your... Yeah, pink and pink. Okay. And then you have Amethyst Phantom Quartz, which is expression, gifts, and originally. It's pretty. See that? And then this reads, Amethyst Phantom Quartz fosters prolific energy and opens the crown chakra to channel creativity in all its forms. Individuality is encouraged and uniqueness is expression, is embraced by this stone. Amethyst Phantom Quartz instills confidence in your creations and urges you to share your talents, using intuition as a powerful resource. Amethyst Phantom Quartz represents you in your spiritual team to convey your ideas in a way that stands out. Do yourself a favor and show the world what you're got. Very beautiful. Oh, there's more. Okay. One last one, which is jade, wisdom, abundance, and good luck. So jade is highly prized and sacred, a wonderful stone for protection and healing. Known as a dream stone, jade will stimulate messages and channel them into your dreams when placed on your hand. Oh, where's that? Oh, on your third eye chakra. I don't know what I was reading. The ultimate good luck charm, jade promotes prosperity in every aspect of your life by opening the heart chakra and boosting your ability to receive. Wealth is nothing without your health, and jade is a reminder of how reflection of your vitality. Remember, you are a spiritual being having a human experience. So this is jade right there. And then to close, any messages from Spirit was update to your system, emotional baggage, and that big changes. So during this time where you are experiencing growth, right? Where you're experiencing updates to your system. Yeah. Let's see. I lost my train of thought here. I just feel like this is just a change in the way you move, in the way you navigate the world, how you see the world, how you see yourself. So you're just getting a big overhaul of a system change. And by doing that, there's going to be big changes ahead for you, right? Where you're going to be able to release the emotional baggage, or you're going to be able to finally identify them and finally be able to deal with them and heal them. And that's that. So let's quickly throw some tarot cards and see where you are at energetically. Okay, pile 3. Let's see, what is it that you need to know now that you know that what energies are activated and surrounding you. Okay, perhaps it's just to tell a story. So where you are at, the 3 of Wands. The first thing that came up was that you were trapped, and you're just trapped in your own space, in your own home, whether that's physical home or your home within. I just feel like there's some restriction and just some type of like loneliness. I get this Rapunzel energy with this 3 of Wands card right now. Then you have the Ace of Pentacles, where she's actually, so in this Ace of Pentacles, it looks like she's just sitting and waiting. So we talked about how this 3 of Wands energy is very Rapunzel. Here with the Ace of Pentacles, no matter you're being obedient, again, flowing with that mindset. Then you have the King of Wands, the Empress, the 7 of Pentacles, and then the Emperor. I feel like this is the time where you're going to have to start moving to the beat of your own drum. And in doing so, and by doing so, you will have the ability to become grounded. You'll be able to flourish. So how you act is what you're going to be attracting. So that's coming in through the Empress. And then you have the 7 of Wands here. Sorry, 7 of Pentacles. Where I just feel like it's a lot of hard work to get to your pentacle. And that is perhaps why you do what you do. And then you have the Emperor. I just feel like the Emperor is very strict, very regal, very loyal. And that's just very difficult for you, especially when, you can't get in through the door. That's interesting, to say the least. Okay, so what's preventing pile 3? There we go, is the Page of Cups. I just feel like there's this heavy load that's upon you, and that weighs on you quite a bit. And I would use this Mercury retrograde as an opportunity to find stability. And it's in that stability where you'll be able to find growth and be able to let go. So let's just try one more for your reading. And here we go. What's preventing you? What's preventing you is the scared, like you're scared to do it, right? Because this is something outside of your wheelhouse. You're not comfortable in doing so, or doing something like that, So it's a very difficult time for you. And again, with this umbrella, which is here, right? But the difference is that now you're okay with having someone carry it for you. Yes. Okay. And what final messages for pile 3? is, what do you need to know in order to move through this energy? The Mercury retrograde. Okay, final notices. How to overcome. Here we go. So you have the Nine of Cups in reverse. And you have the Nine of Cups in reverse. Okay. That's odd. I don't recall having the crystals by me. I thought it flipped out with the rest of the deck, so I'm kind of perplexed because I'm pretty sure these are, yeah, these are crystals already. Okay, so what do you need to do to overcome the block? And that really is the Nine of Cup energy, right? Knowing that you are not alone, that there's someone out there that's experiencing the same thing, and I know you're beside yourself of the unknowing and not knowing, but I think once you found your footing and your grounding, you're going to be able to turn this Nine of Cups right side up. So I'm going to leave it here for you, Pile 3. Thank you so much for taking the opportunity to meet with me. If there's anything in your reading that resonated, feel free to hit the like button or the bell so that you'll be notified of the next reading. So have yourself a wonderful day, and I shall talk to you soon. Namaste.